There are many mitzvot in the Torah that come under the category of Bein Adam L'Chaveiro, as opposed to mitzvot that are Bein Adam L'Makom, between man and God, such as the blowing of the shofar, Shabbat, Tefillin, Kashrut, etc. Mitzvot that are Bein Adam L'Chaveiro, between man and man, can be summed into two categories, the category of tzedakah and the category of Gemilut Chassadim. In an essay penned by the late Rabbi Dr. Immanuel Shochet, a distinction is drawn between Gemilut Chassadim and tzedakah, where he writes, Gemilut Chassadim is more comprehensive than tzedakah. Its implications and effects are much more far-reaching. Tzedakah relates specifically to the poor and expresses itself in terms of monetary assistance. Gemilut Chassadim, on the other hand, knows no such limitations. The mitzvah of Gemilut Chassadim is directed to both the poor and the rich, the dead as well as to the living. And above all, its essential characteristic is not financial, but a personal service. This personal service, the attitude and the effort, qualifies it for the term chesed. Which brings us to the second item of Masechet Peah, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Aleph, the item of Gemilut Chassadim, for which Adam ochel perotehem ba'olam hazeh, in this world, while the Keren Kayemet le'olam haba. Whereas with respect to the mitzvah of Kibud Av V'Eim, the first item in the Mishnah, there is a clear-cut command in the Chumash, not once, but twice. As noted in the previous panel, the mitzvah of Kibud Av V'Eim is found in the Aseret HaDibrot of Sefer Shmot, and then repeated in the Aseret HaDibrot in Sefer Devarim. This is not the case for the mitzvah of Gemilut Chassadim, in that there appears to be no specific mitzvah that one is obligated to practice, as if to suggest that whereas the mitzvah of Kibud Av V'Eim requires a specific commandment, the mitzvah of Gemilut Chassadim is so self-evident that there is no requirement in the Torah that we are required to practice Gemilut Chassadim. The Amoraim and the Gemara, and in particular Rava, in his challenge to the Mishnah of Masechet Peah, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Aleph, does take note of the fact that, although there is no specific command in the Chumash, there is a code reference to the fact that this mitzvah attracts a reward both in Olam Hazeh and in Olam Haba. The commentary from Kahati attempts to find a textual basis for the assertion of the Mishnah that the act of Gemilut Chassadim attracts a reward of Ochel Perotehem Ba'olam Hazeh and a Keren Kayemet le'olam haba, basing himself upon the pasuk attributed to Shlomo HaMelech, located in Sefer Mishlei, where he writes that Rodef Tzedakah v'Chesed, one who pursues, seeks to perform acts of tzedakah and chesed, the two items mentioned at the beginning of this panel, that individual will be rewarded with 3 items, 1 chayim, 2 tzedakah, and 3 kavod. Chaim, reference to Olam Haba, Tzedakah v'Kavod, reference to Olam Hazeh. This reading of the Gemara is based upon the commentary of Rashi, who provides the fill information, Imtza Chaim le'Olam Haba, Tzedakah v'Kavod, ba'Olam Hazeh. In the next panel, we shall look at the third item of the Mishnah in Masechet Peah, for which one receives a double-barreled reward. That is the act of Hava'at Shalom, Bein Ish Li'ishto, nowadays known as Shalom Bayit.